Excuses, excuses, excuses. There's a ton of them, and we all frickin' use them. You know some of them. I don't have time for that. I can't afford it. I'll get to it someday. That might work for some people, but not for me. And you get the picture. Today, however, we're going to talk about excuses for a certain concept. A concept known as the law of attraction. As some of you may know, I am no fan of the law of attraction. And one of the big reasons why I hate the law of attraction is, whenever the law of attraction doesn't seem to work, there's always a handy and convenient excuse as to why it didn't work. Now in this video, we're going to be taking a look at one of these particular excuses, namely the idea of having to maintain a positive mindset. Now, being positive does have its advantages. However, the law of attraction takes positive thinking to a level that it should never have been set to. The one biggest excuse that I hear from law of attraction gurus and coaches is that people just simply aren't positive enough. Law of attraction guru Jack Canfield writes on his website, "If you stay focused on the good and positive things in your life, you will automatically attract positive things into your life. But if you focus on lack and negative thoughts, then you will attract negativity into your life." Real creative way to end your sentences, Jack. The problem with this line of thinking is that it causes people to become overly anxious about focusing on thinking positively only. As you start focusing on only thinking positive thoughts, you start getting anxious about the few negative thoughts that you'll eventually get. It can lead to a mindset that is known in psychology as toxic positivity. Toxic positivity, according to Kendra Cherry on the website Verywell Mind, is the belief that no matter how dire or difficult a situation is, people should maintain a positive mindset. It's a good vibes only approach to life. Now, if you practice the law of attraction, you're probably wondering, why is that so bad? Well, law of attraction practitioner, it's because of all the bad you pretend doesn't come with it. Specifically, Kendra Cherry points out that there are 4 problems with toxic positivity. 1. It causes shaming. 2. It causes guilt. 3. It avoids authentic human emotion. And 4. It prevents growth. All things kind of contradictory to the law of attraction, wouldn't you think? Kendra continues, "When someone is suffering, they need to know that their emotions are valid, but that they can find relief and love in their friends and family. But toxic positivity tells people that the emotions they are feeling are wrong. Furthermore, it seems to force a requirement that somebody find the one silver lining in any negative event that occurs to them, no matter how hard it might be. Because if they are unable to find that one area of positivity, it's as if they're, once again, doing something wrong." Toxic positivity invites people to discard any emotion that isn't 100% positive, and in doing so, we may not be able to understand the reason for the feelings, which in turn prevents growth. So how does this apply to the law of attraction? Well, the law of attraction forces you to have a 100% positive mindset. It is the literal embodiment of toxic positivity, and as such, it will force you to have the behaviors that I just listed. Which means you could find yourself in an even worse place emotionally with the law of attraction than you were before you started practicing it. But don't take my word for it. Here's a clip from a law of attraction practitioner talking about being positive.
A different thought creates a new feeling, which drives a new action and creates a new result. So for example, if that same aspiring bakery owner changed their thinking to running a successful business is 100% possible, how will they feel? They'll feel inspired or motivated. And when they feel inspired or motivated, they start to take the action steps to realize this dream.
So the woman in question here is someone named Shayna Elise, a self-proclaimed life coach, educator, interior design enthusiast, and hardcore homebody. So already we're going places. Also, I thought you needed to be certified in interior design to be able to do it. I don't know, I'm not an interior designer. But anyway, right out of the gate, you can see clearly that she's talking about insisting on being 100% positive, which, as I've argued earlier, is effectively impossible. Then she continues,
Our thoughts create all of our results. It's the reason law of attraction promotes positive thinking all day long, because negative thinking never creates positive results, ever.
And there it is. The whole negative thinking never creates positive results approach is exactly what I'm talking about here. That kind of approach is what creates all sorts of problems with your psyche. Expecting everything to go 100% according to plan is a recipe for disaster. I should know. I've had projects and goals that I was 100% convinced that I was going to succeed at, and they ultimately failed somehow. But as I've come to learn, a lot of life coaches and law of attraction gurus will try to dig and dig and dig until they can find something to twist against their quote-unquote client and show that this is the actual reason why the law of attraction isn't quote-unquote working for them. The truth is, as I'm sure you may know or will find out if you keep following me on YouTube, that there's way more factors than just positive thinking to determine success. And even the law of attraction will admit that there's more to positive thinking in order to, quote-unquote, manifest what you want.
I'm doing everything that I can. I'm really thinking about my goal. How come the law of attraction just isn't working for me? So I kind of narrowed it down to 4 reasons why the law of attraction isn't working for you. And these 4 things, if you're doing any of them, it's not going to work.
The woman in this video is Sam Askarall, another law of attraction coach. She's going to offer 4 explanations as to why the law of attraction, quote-unquote, doesn't work for you. As you'll find out as you study the law of attraction, there are very few laws in the universe that have more asterisks than the law of attraction. But we'll keep going.
So some people will get so down on the law of attraction, they're like, this doesn't work, this is not a good way to achieve my goals, blah, blah, blah. So before saying that the law of attraction doesn't work, and this is BS, and it's not a good way to achieve my goals, I want you to listen to this video.
Sorry, but I'm absolutely tired of her yapping, and I just want her to get to the point, so we're gonna just go straight there.
We're back. Okay, the first reason why the law of attraction may not be working for you is because we self-sabotage. Okay, so you might be thinking like, what? What are you talking about? Okay, so think about it. You have a goal in mind, right? Like say weight loss, for example.
And I'm going to cut into here because I'm getting really tired of hearing her talk. So what she's going to say is that you're going to get started on your weight loss plan, and then all of a sudden you're going to get worried. You're going to get scared. You're going to start thinking you won't be able to do it. And that's going to be enough for the law of attraction to not work on you, which once again proves my point. It is incredibly difficult, if not outright impossible, to think positive thoughts 100% of the time. And advocating for such is toxic positivity. But what does Sam have to say about the matter? Well, here it is.
All of these things are fears. None of them happened. I repeat, none of them happened. They're just thoughts coming in your head, and we self-sabotage, and then instead of acting out in the good way, like the I'm gonna lose 20 pounds, I'm so excited, we start acting out from a place of fear, like...
I really need to make something clear here. You have every right to be afraid to take on a big project. If it's something like losing weight, or a book, or something like that, those are normal things. Those are natural things to be worried about. They will come whether you want them to or not. Don't be afraid of them. This doesn't mean you should abide by it. It just means that you should accept that it's there and try not to resist it. Something that law of attraction coaches will tell you never to do. At the end of the day, these aren't psychologists. They're not therapists, at least not normally. They're not psychiatrists. They really have very little training in the way that the human brain works, and yet they somehow claim that they know the best because something law of attraction. The law of attraction fails to factor in these things. It fails to factor in anxiety. It fails to factor in depression. It fails to factor in past experiences beyond the fact that they should just suppress them and act as if they are never going to happen. They advocate for an impossible mentality, a mentality of 100% positive thinking, which, even on a good day, is next to impossible. But don't let a life coach or a law of attraction guru tell you that, because if you do, they'll just give you another excuse. We'll come back to Sam Askarall in another video, because she offers several other explanations/excuses for the law of attraction that don't necessarily cover toxic positivity, but rest assured, we will get to them. That's something you can positively count on.
Like my Christmas sweater, my holiday sweater, my checkered sweater?
No, I hate it.
Okay.